After England defeated the French at the Battle of Bremule, Normandy was back in King Henry's hands. But 1 year later, his good fortune turned to tragedy. In 1120, his son and heir William Adelin died in a shipwreck. The future of Henry I's kingdom was in jeopardy. Henry desperately needed a new heir. With no legitimate sons left alive, he broke with tradition and chose his daughter, Matilda. Henry forced his barons to swear an oath to accept Matilda as queen. But when the king died, they broke their promise. England would not be ruled by a woman. Matilda's cousin Stephen saw his chance and claimed the throne. The crisis moved to the capital. At Westminster Abbey, Stephen was crowned king, but Matilda wanted what was hers. She was also lining up powerful supporters who would fight Stephen for her right to rule. Their conflict engulfed England in civil war. Fighting raged throughout the land. In 1141, everything focused on one of the kingdom's most strategic cities, Lincoln. Matilda's allies had commandeered the castle. But King Stephen was determined to take it back. He besieged the castle. Stalemate. As dawn broke on February the 2nd, everything was about to change. Matilda's half-brother, Robert of Gloucester, raced to break the siege. As Robert's forces approached Lincoln, Stephen's army turned away from the castle to face them. Robert could win Matilda the crown, but only if his army could win the day. Robert of Gloucester's forces approached Lincoln. Their task, to liberate the castle from King Stephen's siege. While behind Lincoln's walls, troops loyal to Matilda held the castle for the Empress. First, Robert's forces would stage an ambush to prevent enemy reinforcements from joining with King Stephen's army.
shall be thine hess.
Robert's men concealed themselves in a sheltered grove and lay in wait for the enemy.
The foe!
Robert defeated the first column of Stephen's reinforcements, but he knew more were on the way.
Bitwa hessa aliata. Bitwa hessa aliata. Taketh upp din armes. Beth not slow. Gath!
Ich habe... Zerfiel des Pilates opponent!
With more of Stephen's reinforcements eliminated, Robert was steadily undermining the siege.
Here we gone? We've been Gangande. Men of armies, we've been Ferende ute. Travail to dawn, men of armies. Hesse shouldn't be here. Fereth to our end, men of armies. Hesse shouldn't be here. It will be thy hesse.
Robert's men decimated King Stephen's reinforcements and were poised to break the siege. Continuing the push towards Lincoln, Robert sent in a large company of reinforcements to aid his vanguard. To further weaken the siege, Robert would need to cut off Stephen's supplies. He targeted the nearby market town.
Which do a sword to headest.
Freckes haken, nu hestes. Chetende so ahead. Hestes kom.
Vända sig sedan er bygg!
Matilda's cause, a large group of knights arrived at Lincoln to bolster Robert's army.
Andente to serve.
With the market town in ruins, King Stephen's supplies began to dwindle. Robert received word that Welsh troops under Matilda's banner were en route to join forces with him. But King Stephen had the roads to Lincoln heavily guarded, and the route was not without risk, even for the hardy Welshmen.
Yesterday ready for Hestus. Ut readeth nu, Tulkis. Ich liebe to hear it. Fortfarande fräckes, mit baldenes, at mina word, färd.
Making their way to Lincoln, Matilda's Welsh allies were ambushed by the king's soldiers. Robert's men would need to aid the Welsh if they wanted their help in breaking the siege.
Readeth nu, Tulkis.
Joining forces on the road to Lincoln, Matilda's allied troops made for the castle to lift the siege.
Nu, Tulkis. Jute is not for dead. Alles with. Admino Gerda, färd. Leder jag. Fortfarande fräckes, mit baldenes. Att mina wörder färd. Andente to serve.
Robert's forces spotted a large detachment of Stephen's soldiers guarding the castle gates. If they hoped to liberate Lincoln, they would need to break the blockade and rout the army. Robert's forces scattered the king's army, leaving the gates to the castle unguarded. Robert's men finally united with Lincoln's garrison. They could now use the castle to strengthen their army. To lift the siege, they needed to destroy the enemy camps surrounding the castle.
done. Ik heel build that Rita, what needeth worker? Build ende that Yare to done some work. Go, ik heel happy that he building a nom.
Jeppe mea but. Intendeth freckers. Glidande ne hurteth nor never adal. Kid dwindleth.
Spare me. Leave the foot first,
Freckers hearken. Nu hestes. Foliende hestes.
Yet to the ready for Hestes.
Fuste tulkas. Hestes.
And a fresh marker.
Matilda's forces struck hard, destroying one of King Stephen's siege camps.
Yahweh. Hestes cometh.
Beste spade.
Intendeth freckers.
Tempest, lusted for Hestes.
King Stephen's army dwindled as Matilda's forces struck down another siege camp.
What will
Fuste tulkas. Heriende hestes nu.
Fuse to servant. Redende suet.
Yahweh shattered. It can't do.
Look jou be you ready, Freckes.
Hestes cometh.
Tulkas?
Dresset Yahweh! Get away then!
Fuse to servant. Ik read for.
Freckes hak on devotas. Bereth. Yahweh.
Ja!
Hästen kommen! Jeppe med och bort. En tänder.
The king's army was scattered, and those who didn't fall fled.
It is seeker for actors. It's living here.
King Stephen was spotted, shielded by his men. To end the siege, Matilda's forces needed to capture Stephen and rout his army.
Nu, Tulkes, sätt ett ja. Nu, Tulkes, sätt ett ja.
Nu säger Tulkes.
Agrepes for them.
What shall each do?
Which forces did this?
Attendant no
Boa is the move. All right, men. Go and get there. Yahweh shall sue us ahead.
Aggress at yourself. Move and get us busy.
Yahweh shall stirrende of sue. Boa is the boon. Have it.
Jeppe med borta!
Jeppe med och hästes kommer.
Ja! Min sfären is jara! Knicken stämmer dig!
Matilda's men closed in and finally captured King Stephen. Matilda's forces had won the battle at Lincoln. But the fight for the crown was not over yet.